Please be advised of the disclaimers. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Sai with Pinnacle Trading here. So today we're going to take a look at Apple stock once again. We're going to see if it's a good buy and why I alerted what I did in the chat room today. So let's take a quick look at the Apple website and what they had today. So a quick recap, they had the Apple Watch Series 6, they had the SE, which is a little bit of a cheaper version like the iPhone 5, iPhone 6 SE that they did. And they have Apple Fitness Plus, and they have these subscriptions going on. They released a new iPad Air, Apple One, all these services bundled. So there's a Watch SE, they have the Fitness Plus, and the new iPad Air, and the new iPad itself. And then they have the Apple One, which is subscription based. You can look at all the prices and all on the website. So that is a quick recap on the Apple, what they announced today itself. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button and the like button after the video. So let's jump into the Apple stock itself and let's take a look at it where it's right now. So today it closed around 114.7 in Eastern time. That's right here at 1300 hours. We had Apple events start, and then slowly when it got into it, I was looking at the highlights and watching it here and there. It wasn't really innovative and it wasn't anything really eye-catching, nothing crazy, and they didn't release a new iPhone 12 today. So what happened, this stock just fell from there. There was a lot of anticipation of it going up. So look at the sell-off on the day before, which was yesterday, and it went up after hours. A lot of people thought, okay, nice dip, I'm gonna get in on this one, look for the event to be good. But what happened, it wasn't too good and it fell. So is it a solid buy right now? So in the chat room today, I alerted that as well. Not too much innovation from this the year from Apple once again, and looking to buy some shares around 110 area. And if it gets to 100 and to 103, that will be a real gift, and I'll show you why in just a second. So we did have a nice day trade on this one. I thought I'd hold it overnight, but caught it at about 114 and sold about 115.6, quick $1.60 move on the day trade. So looking at this on the long term, when we look at this on the year, we see that it's right at the 50 SMA, just above it. It did come down, couldn't really break and hold below 110 and bounce off of there from this correction after it post split. Before split, it was 450, 460, way high, and it had a 1 to 4, 1 to 5 split, and it came down all the way there and it sold off, which is what I expected, and I alerted in the chat room as well. So when we see this rejection right here at 115, 116 area, I'm looking for another sell-off, which is what happened today, and it came down to about 115, close around that region. So we're watching that 110 to 115 area. So that is going to be the resistance level right now, 115 and then 120, and then support's going to be right here, 109, 110. And when we zoom into this one and we see the Fibonacci levels, we see 23.6% and 38.2%. It's still about there. It's not one of the best deals, but if you want to hold this for long term, it's a long term stock. So 5, 10, 20, 30 years, decades, if you're holding this for long term, it's fine. This is a solid dip because it fell from 137 area down to about 110. So if you're catching it anywhere here, that's a nice dip for a long term. But if you want to wait it out a little bit, which is what I'm going to do, I'd suggest just holding off a little bit. Again, I'm not a financial advisor in any way. These are just my opinions and my analysis on the stock chart itself. I'd look for that 110 area to test again and potentially break and come down to about 105 area. That is going to be a solid sweet spot that I'm going to be looking to add a little bit more heavily on. So I do have a position about 112, 113 average on a long term, but I'm looking for a 105 area and 100. Maybe if it even breaks below the 105, maybe even close to 100 to really test. So that is what I said in the chat room. If it comes down into the 100 to 103 area, that'll be a nice gift. But before I started adding from about 120 and averaged down to about 110 area when it fell. So it is right now, it is a solid dip buy, but I think we can get a better rate. So that's why I suggest anything really for long-term investing, swing trading, to scale in. That means you just look to buy in small chunks and you don't just go in all at once. So Same thing when you're exiting positions, scale out. That way you have some position in the market and you take some profits or cut some loss, whatever it is, and you still have your feet in the game and you still have some a little bit of a play on the table to capture the remaining move. So that is my quick analysis on this one. And also want to go over the market itself, just because it's a very similar pattern. So when we look at S&P 500, SPY, we can see that if you look at this dip in the highlighted section right here, I'll zoom in. We saw a dip to about 50 SMA, it bounced up, and can it come back up again? You know, it has a similar setup. If you look at Apple, I'll pull that back up. It has a very similar setup. So when we go back to S&P 500 chart, we can see that it's really trying to come back up, but it can have another sell-off. Why I say that is if you look at this highlighted section right here, where I'm highlighting it right now, what happened, it bounced, came back up, got rejected off this area and had another sell-off. So that is why, same thing on Apple, that can happen, it can easily happen again. It sold off right here, bounced up and then came back down again, and a similar pattern can follow again. Everything is up to the news. Whatever happens with coronavirus, whatever happens to the economy, election, we have all that coming into end of the year. Right now it's September 15, 2020. So we have election in just 2-3 months and all of that going down towards the end of the year. So just a couple more months till the year actually comes to an end. Been a very fast year. So let's see how that plays out. And then, so right now, I just suggest scaling into the position on Apple. It's still a solid dip from the top all-time highs, but I think we can see more of a drop. So just scale into the position, and that's basically how I'm playing Apple. So to answer the question from the video, is it a good buy right now? I say yes, but you should be willing to hold for a long time. So that means years, decades, just like that. That's long term. We're not going to see, maybe I don't think we'll see immediate run up to all-time highs. Anything can happen, but just be prepared to hold this for long term and for a further drop. So that is my analysis on Apple stock itself. And if you're interested in joining the chat room where we call out all these live alerts, the link is in the description below, or you can head over to pinnacletrading.us and click the join now for free button right there. And if you're interested in how I do these analysis and how, if you're looking to enhance your education in the stock market or don't know where to start, this teaches all about trading, investing, strategies, money management, stocks, options, etc. So this is everything that the course offers. So if it's something that you're interested in, make sure to send me a message in the chat room if you want to learn more, or you can also purchase the course right there with the get started button. So I hope this video helped you out, and I'll see you in my next video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button to stay updated on all my videos. Have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video.